Welcome to Combat Recapped. Colby Covington and Dustin Poirier, who were formerly teammates, have always had a contentious relationship with one another, to the point where a confrontation between the two of them would make a great deal of sense. On the other hand, Dustin Poirier has stated that if a fight of this nature were to take place, it would not take place in the octagon. In a recent conversation with members of the media held at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas, Poirier stated that he is not interested in fighting Covington under the auspices of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. He was adamant that the former American top team, Colby, would not profit off his career or earn a sizable paycheck from such a high-profile fight, and he refused to give in to the fight demand of Covington. The local resident of Lafayette acknowledged that they would end up in jail if they got into a fight. The following is what the ATT product had to say in response to a question about the possibility of a fight against Colby Covington in the near future. No. If there's money on the line, I won't ever fight Colby Covington in an octagon. If I end up fighting Colby, we'll both end up in jail for our trouble. I have a court date in jail. The octagon is not the place for this fight between us. He is not profiting in any way from my career or the things that I have accomplished. You should know that this is not the same thing. You will never see me compete against Colby Covington in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. What a surprise! After refusing to fight Colby Covington, Dustin Poirier now wants to fight. What really happened? In the main event of UFC 272, Covington was victorious over Jorge Masvidal, who was Poirier's good friend and teammate. He won by unanimous decision, and then he challenged Poirier to another welterweight grudge match after the fight. Poirier appeared to be open to the idea of fighting Covington, despite the fact that he had previously rejected the notion of doing so. This comes as Masvidal is about to stand trial for the attack that he allegedly committed on Covington in Miami. Following his call-out for UFC 272, Dustin Poirier recently tweeted his informal acceptance of a fight against Colby Covington. Poirier announced that he would accept the Colby Covington challenge on July 30. The fight between Poirier and Nate Diaz has been speculated about in the past, but it appears that the UFC is moving on from the prospect of making that bout. After suffering his most recent defeat to Charles Oliveira at UFC 268, Dustin Poirier has hinted that he may compete again at welterweight. Like his behavior towards Masvidal, Covington's trash-talking directed at Poirier has frequently become hostile and personal. In an interview with Submission Radio, he even brought up Poirier's family and suggested that Poirier's daughter was acting as a prop. After Covington's call-out at UFC 272, Dustin Poirier stated that a fight with Colby Covington is on site if the two fighters were to come into contact with one another. Since the moment after the fight, when Covington started talking trash, the situation has only gotten worse. Despite the fact that Poirier seemed to be interested in fighting Oliveira next, it appears that he has his sights on a rematch with his former training partner. Both combatants now appear to have an equal amount of interest in putting an end to their beef, although it is still unknown whether or not the UFC will proceed with it. Do you know what caused Dustin to change his mind about fighting Covington after initially refusing to do so? During an interview on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, he explained the reason he changed his mind. He mentioned that he will never go out of his way to help Colby because he believes that Colby wants to make money off him, so not giving Colby a fight will stop Colby from making money. Poirier stated, "I don't want him to make any money off of me, but if they're not going to give me a fight until the end of the year, and this is what they're going to give me, then I have no choice but to take what they're giving me. I engaged in combat in December. I don't want to be in a position where I have to wait 10 to 11 months. I'm in good shape, and I'm eager to compete." What do you think of Dustin Poirier's reasons for rejecting to fight Colby Covington? What is your take on Colby Covington versus Dustin Poirier this summer? Leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching Combat Recapped. See you in the next video.